money, homie, I ain't concerned. I'ma tell you what banks told me, cause go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate, then watch the money pile up. Or we can go upside there with a. Come on, they know where we be. You can find me in the club, full of. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill it. I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, if you're in the getting it. You can find me in the club, full of. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill it. I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, if you're in the getting it. Don't try to act like you don't know who we be, neither. We in the club all the time, it's a problem, pop on. Shady Aftermath.
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Being rational, give them what they asked for. It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. Few that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on it. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made him mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G-Pad. Watching do it. We survived outside, all from the music. What? They like, what he on? This the Alpha and Omega. Welcome home. This is not a song. This is a revelation. How to get a gone. Teach you a man, baby. I don't understand, baby. Pay your bill and make you feel protected like I can, baby. Teach you something if you need correction. That's the plan, baby. Don't put your life in these weird hands, baby. Whoa! It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. Few that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on it. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made him mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G-Pad. Watch do it. We survived outside, all from the music. What? Hey, turn this TV off. Ain't with my type activities, then don't you get involved. Hey, what? How many shit I seen? Send them all. Take a risk or take a trip. You know I'm tripping for my dog. Who you with? Couple sergeants and lieutenants for the get back. This revolution been televised. I fell through with the knickknacks. Hey, young, get your chili up. Yeah, I meant that. Hey, black out if they act out. Yeah, I did that. Hey, what's up, though? I hate them that's hating on them. And they both. I hate them hating on them. And they both broke. If you ain't coming for no chili, what you come for? Feel like he entitled cause he knew me since a kid. I cut my granny off and she don't see it how I see it. Got a big mouth but he lack big ideas. Send him to the moon, that's just how I feel yelling. It's not enough. Few solid left but it's not enough. Few that are really step but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself but it's not enough. Hey. Hey. What's that on that beat? Monster! Getting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. 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 Ain't no other king in this rap thing, they siblings. Nothing but my children. When they disappearing. I'm in a city with a flag be getting thrown like it was past interference. Padlock around the building. Crash pulling up an unmarked truck just to play freeze tag. With a bone to pick like it was sea bass. So when I made it out, I made about 50K from a show. Trying to show the ropes before they from a... I'm prophetic. They only talk about it, how I get it. Only good for saving face, seen the cosmetics. How many heads I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up, we up the plyometric. Ran up out of luck, soon as I up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet, you could diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit, let these cowards tell it. Walk in New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling Monster! Oh man. Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
It's crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. 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 Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
I give it all away. You're like my reason.
live for life when my dreams seem so far away. You give me more than I don't fake. I don't wanna go to war. You don't wanna give me peace. I can never leave you alone, even when I'm overseas. If I gotta do a show, you coming with me. Baby girl, you a prime time. I don't care if everybody see. Couple weeks I had to leave, now I'm coming back off road. Tell me you love me and tell me you love me and tell me you love me and don't let me go. Tell me you love me and tell me you love me and tell me you love me and don't let me go.
Nobody, and I don't care about the rest. You're mine. Nobody, and all is taking all this time. You're mine.
Tell me you love me, but no one above me, even when it's ugly and money get low. Trust me, even when it's one thing right after the other, the nerve of these. Miss me, I know it's been 15 long days since I've been away. Tell me you waiting at home with the baby and tell her that daddy's so proud of the way. She teaching her mama and daddy to be more like kids and still handle the biz on the road. Cause I got a dream that I never could sing to say. Excited to see where it goes. I love the environment I could provide you with just off of writing about you in these songs. You taking me higher, no need for a lighter. The spark of my fire inspired this poem. Gone.
Couple weeks I had to leave, now I'm coming back off road. Tell me you love me and tell me you love me and tell me you love me and don't let me go.
Nobody, and I don't care about the rest. You're mine. Nobody, and all is taking all this time. You're mine.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. The ball is teed up, and with the boots, the NFL postseason has officially begun. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's go.
First carry now for the rookie out of Ole Miss. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Already.
They go play action with Stroud. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
First and 10 at the 49.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Finds a seam down the middle. He gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. Give him 24 yards on that one. And it'll be first down, Houston.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
And he drives that puck backward on a gain of 4.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient, he was explosive, and got a nice little gain on the ground.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. He's got it! And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They have it 1st and goal, an early lead available here in the postseason. Shotgun give now to Bigsby. And he's in for the touchdown. The Texans finish up an excellent opening series. That one splits the uprights. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Showing a little burst so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. There's the fake. Here's Nix. Bails out of the pocket quick. Chucks this one deep down the right sideline. Brought in deep down the sideline. And he is inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone on 1st. Throw left side, complete. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Running for the marker on 2nd. He's going to be stopped after a pickup of 9, and that's going to make it 1st and goal.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
Blue is in. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos finish off their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
On play action, here's Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
And he's brought down at the 30, right near that line of gain.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
He's forward, gets a couple of yards. In on the tackle is Jonathan Cooper.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Walker hauls it in. Finds a little room there. Gets him about 3 yards. They're up to the 43.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB on 3rd down.
All right.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That's caught for the first. Shoots away from one. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be a first down, Texans. All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go.
First and 10 is the 35 yard
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the leg quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Setting up the screen. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of him just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Stroud to throw on first down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? O-T-B. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
From the gun, it's a get to Bixby. And only can get his yard here, Brett. It's going to be 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Why Tony's 19 Texas.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. They'll try and punch it in. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Stroud off the play fake. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
One of the biggest snaps of this opening round of the postseason. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Catch is made in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. As this at the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Blue running to the right. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Nix from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On third down, here's Nix. He's got Sutton complete. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll start the drive with blue. Get some space around midfield. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 43.
On first and 10, here's Nix. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
I think I got the same thought bubble as all the fans in the stands with that one. You just got to tuck it. Don't try to force the issue. You're out there in the open space. Put your head down and go get the first.
On third and 2, here's Nix. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Will Lutz getting the call on fourth down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And we're all tied up now in the first half. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of the strength to send that puppy through.
At their own 26-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Chased out to his right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop? We're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays. Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
On first down, they'll run. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
Let's see, first it was a pass, now it's a great gain on the ground. They've got this defense on their heels.
Tony. All right. 118. That's right.
Stroud off of play action. Got a man, it's Mayer. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
On the quick, right? 18. That's right.
They go play action with Stroud. And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans take a second quarter lead. It's a Tez Walker touchdown.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
Going trips left here as they get set. 1st and 10. Nick's looking to throw. Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. Up the sideline, past the 45. Jaden Blue. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the upright. And the Broncos make it 17 all. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Tank Bigsby here with the return. Good work so far. He's got room. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
All right. 18. Okay. Hey, uno more.
Give up the gut to Bigsby. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They gain 11 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
18. Okay. Buggy.
Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
18. Okay.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Kate, we see it every week in the NFL. So many of these defenses are predicated on not giving up the big play. So when you get a chunk play, yards like that thrown into double coverage to your tight end, you will take it every time and twice on Sunday.
Under.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. We've got a screen to the running back. Driving across the 15-yard line. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. They got 21 yards on the play. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
18. What's that?
Up the middle they go with Bigsby. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
19 Texans. All right. Swap. Mother swap.
He's got it on the bootleg. Buying some time right. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get some late points and the lead. They'll try this extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Escapes the defender. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. It's Money en route. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
At the 43-yard line.
Play action with Nix. This is Sutton working the right side. And they make the tackle at the 38. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. New set of downs for him and starts at the 38.
First and 10 at the
On first down, it's Nix. Gets it downfield, on target to Sutton. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Nix now on first and 10. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. So second down coming up.
It's second down and 10.
Nix to throw again. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Broncos take their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Third down, and the Texans loading up that secondary. They're in the dime. Third and long for him here. And it's incomplete on third and goal.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Rough snap. He did not get much into it, and this is going to wind up short. And the deficit stays at 7.
Hey, whether it's a good hold or not, the process is the same for that kicker. He's going to catch some unfair blame on this one, Kate, because it was the snap that just set everything off. Not accurate enough, and that left the holder scrambling to try to get his job done, and none of them, unfortunately, could.
And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. With this kick, we're back underway, a spot in the divisional round on the line. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got first and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback. And they didn't either.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Shotgun snap to Nix. Escapes the pocket. Got for big yards on the right side. a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Knicks now, 3rd and 1. And the defender's there to knock this away. And that effort means it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two, it could have gone the other way.
For it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. He'll throw it. On the move, headed right. And they got home, sent him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Going with Bigsby here. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
18. Let's hit. South. 11.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Gets his tight end on the corner route. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans push their lead further to start the half. That one splits the uprights. And the Texans double their lead to 14. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. He fields it from the 8. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Knicks with it on 1st. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Offense to the line fast.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Knicks from the gun. That'll be caught by Troy Franklin. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for Broncos 1st down.
That's good for Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Knicks off the play action. Falcon isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up 2nd down.
This overwhelming pressure in these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And hopefully they'll have some better blocking on the next play because that was not good. Brings up 3rd down.
A loss of a yard. It's 3rd down.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Taking a chance to the end zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! To set up just shy of their own 45 after that interception and return.
You knew it before this drive started the field goal was not going to be good enough, but that meant the coverage also knew how to play it, how to concentrate, how to focus, and those defenders, well, they influenced that throw, and even more so, took it away.
Look the hot, look the hot.
Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
On the gun, Stroud. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21.
38. Broncos 17.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. First call here coming from the shotgun. Not deterred by that kick. He's thrown again. That's completed right side. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
It's a gain of 28 yards. And the Broncos first down.
They fake the handoff. Now Nix. Forced out to his right. This is caught by Blue. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. Right? Look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
Able to get it to Franklin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Escapes the pocket.
Kate, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble. But the Nets, the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Nix now to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Throw caught at the 6. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route to Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Blue. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Broncos shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away.
To kick off for the Broncos.
This return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
At their own 28.
defense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18. What's up?
Now it's Bigsby. These drives quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
18. What's up?
Shotgun now for Stroud. Caught quickly on the slant. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Broncos going nickel here. 3rd down.
Tony.
To the air, Stroud. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And into the end zone he goes. A pick 6 for Denver. Went to the old well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and he had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
18. What's up?
Fresh off the pick, here's Stroud. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Broncos get it back on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. The Broncos have it, facing a deficit. We could be witnessing the end of their playoff run. All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10. On his own read, they hand it to Blue. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Texans' 24-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He may have taken away that quick slant. Look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. He anticipated that route. It's Johnny on the spot.
Bombers. Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand is forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turned it over on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
They'll run here on first down. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
It is phenomenally tough to block this guy in a passing situation. Equally as tough to block him out there on the edge. He chased that toss down, and I don't envy these guys trying to block that monster today.
Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. Jump off caught by his back. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong. Where I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got them equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
First down and 10. But they're on 17-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, he'll give to Blue. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Nix. This one down. It's Blue. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too. So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Nix. Flushed down in the pocket. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Lead it to his running back. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Up the middle, Blue. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be 4th and short. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Motion man sent left. Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. He puts some air under it, deep down the middle. It's complete! Oh my! They left him wide open downfield. So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
They're on the 27-yard line.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10.
How is that? It's out. Stop. Swap. Love a swap. Hey, uno.
This is Bigsby. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, let's go. 118, what's up? Good.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Oh no, they get it yet again! And the Broncos get it back and are going to be set up at the 44.
Just how many times do these games at this level, Kate, come down to plays like this? In the end, you don't want to be the team making the mistakes. You want to be the one capitalizing on them. And now this offense has got a chance to do so.
And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
Not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Nix from the gun. Left side now, caught by Sutton. And they get this down to the 28. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. Who gets the handoff? Saw the lane, hit it quick, call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Here's Nix to throw. He doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. He's back to throw. Toward the end zone, but incomplete. That's going to force them into a 4th down decision.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Kate, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. They'll run for this, and they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
All set now. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's a look for Nix. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Leading 4 here on 3rd down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive. The Broncos had their eye on that play clock, and before it expires, they call a timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Now to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Final timeout called by the Texans, as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Here comes Will Lutz. A lot riding on this field goal try. It's only a chip shot from the right hash. And that one is good. And late in the fourth, they have grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
He's brought down just inside the 25. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
Setting up to pass. Finds him over the middle. It almost says he caught it. He does well to hold on to it. Gets him to the 37. Back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be 2nd down.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
The clock inside of 50 seconds now. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 118. What's that?
Here he is to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one, where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Throwing now. And they knock away another one. 3 straight passes, Brock, failing to connect. That brings us to 4th down.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
The entire season has led them here to this snap. They have to convert here on 4th down.
Tony.
Looking to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line.
The Texans, 1st down.
We'll look to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Running clock adding a sense of urgency to these proceedings.
That's another Texans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And they clock it with time remaining, so here it is. A lengthy field goal coming up. They need this to force overtime. This is biggest moment of the game so far. An important field goal try here. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Out comes the field goal team for the Texans. He was good on his first kick. Gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. He didn't get enough into it. Oh, it just comes down shy of the crossbar. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the postseason begins, right? We've seen a few go on magical runs before, and they've officially begun theirs here, fighting their way to next week's divisional round games. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Houston.
Why you all in my face, taking up all of my space? You should get out of my way, you should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do, I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think, you should get out of my way. Get your talking face out of my way, out of my way, out of my way, out of my way. I got too many plays, I don't even play. Get out of my way, out of my way, out of my way.
Super way up, get your weight up, put your plate up. You a foreign, we at war, and I got all the hallelujah, Talladega, baby Jesus, in the flesh, come and get it, and I'm with it. All my friends,